Nutrition is a practice, and these binge eating channels are fucking your world up. The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised. What's going on, fam? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with some more nuts on yo chin. Are you ready for some sack? I know you are. I did the beard today. I did the hair. We're looking good. I hope you're ready for some nuts on yo chin. Thank you so much for all the support in the most recent videos, and thank you for checking out all the links. Remember, you can check out the Daily Swole podcast. I go live every single day on the Daily Swole channel. You can also get some special offers right now for Swolenormous apparel. Got the Never Go Full Steve, got the Fuck Your Pink drink. That special is ending soon, so all the links for the apparel and the podcast in the description down below. If you haven't yet and gone and checked it out, why not? Why aren't you checking out the podcast? Today, I want to talk about nutrition. On the podcast today, we're talking about binge eating. And I've talked a lot about binge eating in these YouTube videos, but we talked about binge eating in terms of habits. Now, I've said for a long time that everything's a practice, including your training, your nutrition, all of it. You're just practicing, you're putting in effort, you're trying different things. The way I eat today is not the way I ate 10 years ago. And the way I ate 10 years ago is not the way I ate 20 years ago. And it might not be the way I eat 5 years from now. Let's stop pinpointing every single aspect of our lives as if I'm going to do this, it's going to be this way because I decided to. Because I bought a gym membership, I'm going to get results. Because I started a new diet today, I'm going to lose all this weight. You might fail. You need to fail. You need to fail to make progress. You need to fail to learn what mistakes and what things don't work so you can learn what does work. Everything's a practice. When it comes to binge eating and creating good habits with nutrition, those proper associations, having good community, having good people around you that are supporting you when you go through these struggling times, being around people that aren't trying to force feed you garbage when you're trying to improve your health. Like these channels, the 3 channels I'm talking about today, and the habits and the reason why your habits and the reason why you might keep on being yanked back into eating crap foods, not just from watching channels like this alone, but this kind of mentality, and the reason why you might be struggling to eat healthy. And it's not just being devoid of nutrients, it's literally the habits and literally the framework in which you're living your life is triggering these slides or these backslides into eating poorly. For example, I've been getting so many people asking me to do a video on Erik the Electric. Now, let's just look at the last 3 videos that these 3 channels have posted: Always Hungry, Erik the Electric, and Nikocado Avocado. So Always Hungry, her latest video says, eating all my favorite fast food in one day. Nikocado is stuffing his fat fucking face with cheese gooping all over it. It says 5 guys with cheese sauce mukbang. So this guy is getting banged by 5 guys with cheese sauce all over his face. I mean, is there really much of a difference there? You probably like it. And then the next one is Erik the Electric. I tried to eat an entire vending machine. People, this is just garbage fucking food. These are 3 major channels that are getting hundreds of thousands of views every fucking day. Every fucking day, they're killing it because the algorithms are promoting this shit. Because those addictive habits, you can say, well, the food's not addictive, habits are addicting. It's all comprised of the same shit. If you surround yourself with shitty people, you're going to make a lot of habitual decisions based on the people you surround yourself with. And if they're all eating junk food, you're going to eat more junk food. Shocker. You're going to have addictive habits. You're going to be used to doing things. That's what habits are. So whether it's addictive chemically, whether it's addictive because you are used to doing it a certain way, and that's your habit, you go to the gym and then you go to get McDonald's on the way home and that's your habit. You know, all these things are a combination. It's chemical processes in the brain and the body, and it's also just your physical actions. Do you make the bed first thing every day? Do you brush your teeth at a certain time every day? You know, those kinds of habits, lifestyle habits. So who you surround yourself with, extremely important. The food choices you make, extremely important. Your mindfulness. Meditation helps so much with staying on your habits because a lot of these things come with triggers. You cope by eating food because you get that instant dopamine release. You cope by being around friends who are eating food, or you're going out with friends, and most people surround their social times around food. So it's always around this excessive caloric intake. It's around this pleasure, but there's different pathways for these coping mechanisms. So really understanding first that you don't have to be perfect. You're never going to be perfect. You're going to have issues, you're going to have challenges, but the more challenges you go through and the more resilient you are as you go through these challenges, the more resilient you'll become overall. You have to be adaptable. It makes you a stronger person. Surrounding yourself with better people, creating habits around surrounding yourself with better people, creating habits that lead you towards meditating more often, practicing yoga, eating quality foods, not bringing those foods into your house, ordering your food online after you've eaten so you're full, so you don't have that craving impulse, and you only bring in food into your house that you will eat. So you can't go to the pantry and binge on Oreo cookies because you ain't got Oreo cookies in your fucking house. Makes a big difference. And ordering things on Amazon or from Walmart makes a huge difference because you are getting the food delivered. You're not going to be subject to all those end caps or the smells that they pump out. Or when you go to get milk or eggs, or you go to get meats, you don't have to walk through the pastry section first. I mean, think about how supermarkets are laid out. They're laid out for you to buy the product, not to be healthy. You're going there to get food. You're going there to get edible items. That's all it is, edible items. They don't tell you what's healthy. They just want to sell you shit. And all these big corporations try to display things so you buy more and you blah, 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 and all those other reasons. But these kinds of fucking channels and those habits that you're fighting and you're battling, that's why these channels have no place. You could block these channels. You could block that shit. You don't have to subject yourself to that. They get a lot of attention. They have big channels. We use social media clout like it's a fucking sword. But how are you getting your clout? How are you getting your follower base? We know that from the Steve Cook thing. He has millions of followers, but he says some pretty shitty stuff, and it leaves some major cracks and flaws in his character and his authenticity. Just because you have a lot of following doesn't make it like you're a successful person and that you're helping people from the right standpoint. These channels are just getting ad spend. These are fucking abominations of just disgusting disease, dishealth. They're just promoting what's killing people. And again, it's not glamorous to talk about obesity because it's not a plane crash, because it doesn't happen imminently. If you give someone shit food like Funyuns or something, they can eat it, or pizza, or whatever processed shit that you want to give someone. And then 50 years or 30 years or 40 years down the road, they have diabetes. You're separate from that. It's not your responsibility. You didn't make them sick. It was the lack of exercise. It was all these other variables. That's where they can outsource the blame and offset the blame is a better word for it. But really what's the main issue here is that it's your responsibility. It's your responsibility to set these habits and to set yourself up for success. But it's also recognizing that when you eliminate or you create a habit of elimination where like, I'm not going to eat that fast food anymore. You know what? I'm not going to order that food. I'm not going to go there after I exercise. I'm not going to go there on the way home from work. I'm not going to eat that crap. Okay, that's one habit that's formed. But you're also breaking a habit and you're creating a habit. You're not eating the junk, but then you're creating a habit of not eating the junk. What is filling that void? That's what mindfulness, meditation, those of you that are in Swolenormous X, the brain gain section, that's what that helps you do. It helps you notice those triggers. What are you replacing that with? If you leave that empty void, it's a vacuum. It's a vacuum. What's going to happen is you're going to slingshot right back. It's going to suck you back into that mire. It's going to suck you back into those old habits because habits die hard. They're habits for a reason. And if you're not reinforcing that lack of action with something else in its stead, if you remove that habit and you don't replace it, it's going to suck you back. You're going to feel that tug. You're going to feel that pull. You need to replace it with something positive, okay? You need to change habits and realize where these triggers come from and what other sequence of events are leading you down that path, who you're spending time with, the quality of the foods you're consuming, the methods in which you're purchasing your food if you are going to the supermarket when you're hungry. I've done that before. You end up buying either just junk food or so much more food than you really need. If I go to the supermarket when I'm thirsty after a workout, I'm dehydrated, I'm hungry, I'll buy tons of fruit, tons of stuff. I get home, like this is food for 3 fucking weeks. I just want to eat right now. It's just not a good time to make decisions when you're extremely hungry. You make those decisions when you're not. You order at home, you order online, you make a list and you put your head down or you have someone else go and get it for you. You can do it. But it's the process of practicing and making habits that are positive to reinforce the missing and the recreation of those other habits. So there's a lot of habits that are being formed. You're breaking habits, you're creating habits, but don't get sucked back into that void. So rather than follow channels for no fucking reason, for no value, I tried to eat an entire vending machine. What the fuck is that all about? You can't make money any other way. You have to go and try to eat a vending machine to get views, bro. Nikocado is just face fucking himself with any kind of garbage just so he can feel more value about himself. I mean, these are people that have a lot of problems, a lot of fucking problems, and they're deep seated, and I hope they get fucking help. I really do. Always hungry included. These channels need assistance because this type of addiction, habitual addiction, chemical addiction, it's not going to end up well. Come on. It's not going to end up well, fam. And I want more than that for you. A lot of you are struggling with real issues day to day with the people that are in your community, with yourself. You got to stop creating these roadblocks for yourself. So start digging in deeper with why these triggers are happening. Remember that you got a family here. You can drop a comment, reach out for support, join on the podcast. You could join the Swole fam. You could check out the website, swolenormousx.com, check out the audio on the podcast, whatever you want to do. Just start surrounding yourself with people that are inspiring, that will encourage you to do better, but actual information that will help you do that. Not just, hey, look at me, give me a view, or do this because I said so, or restrict yourself, but don't provide any other real value. Like, what should I be eating? Like, how do I figure out what I should be eating? I mean, it's just a practice. It's just a practice. That's why the elimination diet is a process. Figuring out the optimal foods from a health standpoint is a process, is a practice. And cutting out the junk and learning better habits is a practice. And you do little small habits day by day, one step at a time. Small habits, lock them in and then build from there. You don't have to have it figured out overnight. You won't, because life doesn't happen overnight. It's a practice and it's a long practice. So strap in, get used to it, and don't beat yourself up. A lot of other people are going to be coming at you with all sorts of crap. You don't need to add yourself to the list. You're better than that. And I know you are. So I hope you got a lot of value from this video. If you enjoyed it, if you liked it, drop your comment down below if you deal with binge eating, if any of that makes sense, or what you did or what you have done or are doing to improve your habits with your nutrition and your surroundings. So thanks a lot for watching. Drop that comment below and I'll see you real soon for some more NOC. Make sure to also check out the links for joining the Swole fam, swolenormousx.com, the Swole Enormous apparel, and the Daily Swole podcast. Peace out. Yeah, species. I am drinking water. I'm creating the habit of drinking water. I don't know why I'm recording this.
Hey, all of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swolio put nuts on their chin, like Everson K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey, like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. I'm dropping slappers to hell with an album. Might fuck around and go see Jimmy Fallon. I multiply while you bury.